I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. Running for office, created over 800,000 manufacturing jobs, 1.5 million jobs. I mean, so things are moving. And the Putin piece, I was talking about Putin, and I said, and now, at the very end, I said, Putin, I said, no, I'm sorry, Zelensky. Look, folks, this is, well, anyway, CBS. And guess what? I was told not to go over to Europe, to Asia, including Europe, but Asia. It's happening. And it's going to grow economies. All through, and by the way, secondly, her ability to handle almost any issue on the board. This was a hell of a prosecutor. She was a first-rate person, and in the Senate, she was really good.
President?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. And if you looked at my schedule since I made that stupid mistake in the campaign, in the debate, and so I love my staff, but they add things all the time. At the very end, I'm catching hell from my wife for that. Anyway, we've allowed Zelensky to use American weapons in the near term, in the near or abroad, into Russia. Whether or not he should be attacked. For example, should Zelensky, he's not. If he had the capacity to strike Moscow, I've gotten a more long-range capacity, as well as defensive capacity. And so our military is where I'm following the advice of my commander-in-chief, the chief of staff of the military. I created 2,000 jobs this last week. So if I slow down, I can't get the job done. That's a sign that I shouldn't be doing it. I beg your pardon? I was able to get 50 other nations, 50, to support Ukraine. 50. Investment in Russia, in China. As long as China continues to have this indirect help to Russia for it to be able to the ability to have all the defense. Just have to keep moving to make sure that we get as much done as we can toward a ceasefire, and get those. And by the way, look at the numbers in Israel. My numbers are better in Israel than they are here. But then again, they're better than a lot of other people here too. But anyway, we got more major legislation passed that no one thought would happen. And I want to finish it, to get that finished. If tomorrow, if we had a circumstance where there was a lineup and I hadn't inherited what I did and we just moved things along, anyway, it's going to change. I'm determined on running, but I think it's important that I allay fears by let them see me out there. Let me see them out, for the longest time it was, Biden's not prepared to sit with us unscripted. Biden's not prepared to, anyway. And so I was chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee for a long time, and I was chairman or ranking member and chairman of the Judiciary Committee. I'm going to be going down to the Johnson Library. Anyway, I'm going to be going around making the case of the things that I think we have to finish. And by the way, I'll end this, I'm not going to do that. Haley has to come up too. But look, two things. One, I've taken 3 significant and intense neurological exams by a neurologist. If the neurologist tells me he thinks I need another exam, and by the way, I've laid every bit of the record out, hadn't hidden a thing. In my state of Delaware, which was a very, at least a purple, it was a red state when I started. No, unless they came back and said, there's no way you can win. Me.